What is up? Welcome to another edition of SacTown Movie Buffs. Once again, I'm Kier, and this is Jason, and we're finally back recording after some time. There's some illnesses and just busyness and things of that nature going on, so it's good to be back to record some shows.
Yep.
Haven't been a whole lot of movies that I've seen in the theaters. I don't know about you, but I think all three of these we're all streaming that we're going to be talking about over the next couple shows. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just haven't seen a lot in theaters. I know Maverick's playing. I haven't had a chance to see that yet. I know you saw Men. I tried to see that one, but every time I tried to go, like the times were just like not working. It was like they had like one showing at like 10:15 at night or something like that. And I was like, I don't know if I want to stay up for midnight to see this movie. So, but I'll
Yeah,
probably
I
get to
saw
that
it in the
as
first week, so it was still playing all day, but it's not your kind of movie, man. It's not
yeah, I
even my
probably
kind of
not.
movie, really.
Yeah, probably not, but I'll see it. I just we had some mutual friends of my wife's that saw it, and some comments I made about it. I just like, oh, I at least need to check this out to see how bad it really is, if it's that bad. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So
I don't know. It's interesting, but it's not, I've definitely seen way worse. I'll put it that way, but
yeah. Well, somebody
um,
that we know said it was like one of the worst movies they've ever seen in their life. So we'll see.
it's
We'll see what
it's
happens.
that kind of movie. It's gonna
Yeah.
get those kind of reactions.
Yeah, it's gonna it seems like they're very polarizing. So sometimes I check those out just because a lot of times I end up like smack dab in the middle though. So sometimes you just never know. Sometimes those really polarizing ones are like I always end up like not loving it but not hating it. But I don't know. We'll see what happens whenever it's streaming. I'm not obviously not going to the theaters. But I digress.
Yeah.
On to the movie at hand. So the film we're actually going to be talking about, which is only streaming or was it in theaters? I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, yeah, I saw it streaming, so I don't know. So, and I
It
saw
was
like,
like Halloween Kills. It went to theaters and Paramount Plus on the same day.
got it. Okay,
Yeah, I
so I
mean,
saw it.
no, Peacock. Peacock. It
Yeah,
went
Peacock. Yeah,
went to
Peacock. You're
theaters and
right. Yeah,
Peacock on the
yeah. I
same
should know because
day.
they're still hyping heck out of this film, even though it's been out for like a month. Um,
Yeah.
but the film I'm referring to is Firestarter, which is obviously a remake. So I say without further ado, I say we get right into it. I'll go ahead and take this one on. So once again, Firestarter is obviously a remake from the 1980. I don't remember what it was. Was it 84,
3 or
83, something.
4.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Version that starred child actors Drew Barrymore as basically the Firestarter. So this is obviously a more modern version. So this one stars Jack Efron, and the girl is played by Ryan Keir Armstrong, and then the mother is played by Sydney Lemon. And if you know the story, the basic principle is that the mother and father were basically participated in like a program. They had like I think they already had some abilities, but the program kind of like enhanced those abilities in some capacities. Probably similar to like a Stranger Things type situation where they did all these testing and whatever case may be to like bring out like more of their psychokinetic abilities. So like basically the father could he could basically look you in the eye and basically control your mind or do mind control kind of situation, and then the mom
Yeah.
could like make like objects like move with her mind, so she could like attack you like with her mind with like a book or something like that.
Yeah, it's
um,
your basic X-Men
yeah,
scanners, that kind
yeah,
of story.
yeah, basic kind of story like that. And then obviously they have a child, their offspring, who has a whole another set of skills. She basically can make fire basically with her mind, so she can like make things blow up. She can shoot like fireballs, things of this nature. And so the family, they basically have tried to like suppress her abilities. So they want to have her like in school and things of that nature. And they're always, I guess, basically moving around because the government agents that they escaped from or got away from have been basically looking for them. And so they're always constantly on the move. And I think the way they make money is like the father uses like his abilities to like, uh, mind control people or use hypnosis basically because he can like the example is, a girl wanted to quit smoking. So he basically can look her in the eye and tell her, you hate cigarettes, they're disgusting. And then she's like, oh, I feel better already. And that's kind of basically how they make money. Um, obviously the girl being in school, being kind of like bullied and picked on because she's a little different, and she's probably always the new kid in school, so she always, gets picked on and that sort of stuff, and starts having some of these outbreaks where fire and explosions are happening. So obviously that alerts, basically the government agencies, and now they send like this other, I guess, person with powers to go after her to capture her. And that's kind of the story in a nutshell without like going play by play through the whole film. And it's kind of similar to the original one. Obviously, they made a lot of changes and it's more modernized looking. Obviously, the special effects, they look a little better. They're still not great in my opinion, but they do look a little better than obviously something that came out 30 something years ago, 40 years ago almost at this point. But they're still not like amazing or anything like that. But I mean, I know you like the original one, and I hadn't seen it in many years. And then I did end up rewatching it not that long ago. It is a little cheesy too. It's not a perfect film in my opinion, but it's still better than this one. So this one I just wasn't. I didn't think this one was great. I wasn't like completely bored with it or anything like that. I just thought it was decent, okay, if you will. The story was kind of like I didn't care so much about the characters because I feel like we never really got, other than the little girl, you didn't really get to see the mom a whole lot, probably similar to I guess similar to the original, but it's mostly because the original one was mostly the dad and the daughter, and this one's kind of that way in some capacity. I think you maybe see the mom a little more, but I don't know. I thought it was just okay. It wasn't anything that blew me away or blew my socks off or anything like that. It just okay in my opinion. What was your take?
I thought it was all right. I mean, like a movie like this, it was the buzz surrounding it was so bad that I almost going in with lowered expectations helped a little bit, because I was, the first 2/3 I was pretty into it. It wasn't really, it wasn't really like blowing me away or anything, but it was enjoyable. Engaging. I mean, like, fine. Which is better than I had heard it, so I was like, what's the big deal? Why is this so bad? And then like, to me, it didn't really go downhill until toward the end to me. Like by the time she gets to, rescuing her dad from the, evil government corporation or whatever they were.
Right.
That's when it kind of went downhill for me. I mean, like that is maybe not coincidentally where it starts to go the most different from the source material.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Changes, and I'm not one of those people that think a remake can't go its own way. So it's not
not at all.
Like,
no, you can do a remake.
As good. It just wasn't as good where they went with it, and the effects were not that great. I think I like the effects in the original because it's real fire. I mean, you can tell it's real fire.
Versus, well, I mean, and that's it. We can have this debate back and forth about the use of practical effects, real fire versus from the 80s movies, and then all these remakes that are coming out with the CGI elements that they're always using nowadays. But that's just kind of, in my opinion, just the nature of the beast. Everything that's remade now, they update it with all this new enhanced CGI, which, it looks, because it's cheaper, it's just a lot easier to do something computer animated, but you can like tell that it's CGI is the problem. And CGI, don't get me wrong.
Nobody's really hot. Like in the original, the actors are sweaty because they're around real fire. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
A little bit of an edge to it, I think.
I mean, it looks, you can feel it. Because like you said, they're sweaty because they're dealing with all this real heat in real life versus, everything's done, and then some guy on a computer afterwards, doing all the fireballs and the fire and stuff like that. So there's something to be said about using.
You can say it lacked heat.
Yeah, it lacked heat. Yeah, it lacked heat for sure. Yeah, I mean, for me, and that's like I said, and that's kind of where it went a little south for me. Also, was towards the end, because like I said, it's not because they changed the ending, because I was expecting it to go exactly the way. I just didn't like what they did with it. It just didn't. I don't know, something about the way that it resolved itself, I didn't care for as much. And obviously the ending conclusion of it, I didn't care for that either. So So it really did kind of lose me a little bit. And like the last, I don't know, 20 minutes of the film. And it's not a long film, so I think it's under 2 hours. But the last 20 minutes or so, I just wasn't a huge fan of that. So
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add about Firestarter?
No. I mean, up till then, I was not in love with it, but okay with it. I like the intro, the stuff on the farmhouse was fine. I thought that was good. It was it was just toward the end where it just kind of I was ready for it to be over by the time it was over.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
All right. Well, overall grade and face you would give this one.
I'm giving it like a borderline 3 out of 5. So I gave it 2.5 at first, and then I was like, well, some of the other movies I gave 2.5, I would rather watch this again, and so I gave it like a low 3 out of 5. So like I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I went just a dip lower than you did. I went 2.5 out of 5. So I think we're probably a same feeling mutually probably about this one. So for me, it's about the same, just kind of a slight smile, just to would I rewatch it again? Maybe, probably not. It's not something I would seek out to rewatch again, but if it was just happened to be playing on TV and I was bored, I might, catch a couple minutes of it or something like that. But definitely not something I would own, and definitely not something I would necessarily seek out or want to show other people. So
yeah.
Well, cool. Well, let us know down in the comments. Have you seen Firestarter? Did you like it? Did you not like it? As always, if you like the channel, please like, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification, and we'll be back again with another show for you guys. We thank you for watching. Hope you have a great day. Bye.